On the part of the observers, Ms. Ava Marie Salian and Veronica Rivera from COA and Ms. Susan Rivera from DACC. Likewise, may be in attendance and members of the technical working group and then members of the House Secretariat. On the part of the bidders, we have from the Lebo Construction and General Merchandise, joint venture with Jarso Builders Incorporated, Miss Dana Bobadilla and Crisantea Castro.
Okay, proceedings for voting. The chair declares that there's a quorum. Will HO ED number 094-2018 come forward? What is the schedule?
We have 4 items under agenda, Mr. Chair. Number 1 is the approval of minutes of the previous BAC meetings, HO number 090-2018 and 091-2018, both dated 4 December 2018. Number 2 is the opening of bids for the proposed construction and offshore installation of 8 submarine navigation at ports of Iloilo and Dumangas, Iloilo province. Number 3, bid evaluation report for the following project: construction for the construction of backup area Port of Esperanza, Masbate. Number 4, under other matters, bid evaluation report for the extension of RC Wharf and construction of backup area Port of Huwag Marinduque and extension of RC Pier and construction of backup area with Roro Ramp on Field, Port of Sultanaga and Macoro, Lanao, Illinois.
Okay, if there are no objections, let's just proceed to the first item of the agenda, approval of minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move that the minutes of the previous back meeting, HO back BP number 090-2018 and 091-2018 held, both held on December 4, 2018, be approved by the committee.
Yes, they will be added to approve the minutes of previous back meeting by Commissioner Sertu. There is none. The minutes of the previous back meeting, HO back meeting number 090-2018 and 091-2018, both held last December 4, 2018, are approved as the next meeting. Let's proceed to the next item for our agenda, the opening of this.
For the proposed construction of offshore installation of aids to marine navigation at ports of Iloilo and Batangas in the province alone reserve, and that is the Lemo Construction and General Merchandise joint venture with Jarson University Corporation.
Technical group, proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everybody. May I proceed with the report, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed.
The packaging of the first envelope of the joint venture between the Lebo Construction and General Merchandise and Jackson Builders Incorporated conforms to the requirements as prescribed in the instruction to be there, Mr. Chair. The said first bid envelope contains 7 volumes of their technical proposal. One is marked as their original copy, and the remaining 6 are all marked as their duplicate copy. All the 7 volumes are hardbound and bookbound, properly labeled with index tabs. It conforms to the standard requirements for bid submission, and therefore it is acceptable, Mr. Chair.
Akin wag na lang yan. Nakuha ko yung pati ko. Over na. Wala na yung logo.
Pwede ba sa December 11? Wala ka. Ikaw lang naman wala. Oo, wala ka din. Oo. May maibig siya. Big ita lang naman eh. Para kasi Diba? So, December 11, i-report. Kailan pwede mag-report? Kasi, wag ka na kayo dito pwede mag-report dito. 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 hindi.
Nawala siya.
Wag wala na siya. Lahat na yan na
Christmas.
hindi mo party
Christmas party.
hindi mo dito na kayo. Kasi ito na lang mara. Dito lang.
Kasi ito, ito na lang.
19. So, ano to ha? Lahat na to.
Lahat ng push.
Para next week, kasi di ba meron tayong limit. Pag ito na next week ko yan, sobrang
Pero hindi pa dyan sa load.
sa 4, sa 3 and 4. Hindi mo kami. Bulala ka,
May ganyan ko katao katapos. Bansod baka umabot.
kasi sasabihin ko na lang yun dito, kailan buka sa Monday.
Baka man depende. Bakit madali lang natin?
So, hindi mo lang so ito, yung postman natin 19. Kung buka, 7 sa 7 subjects. So, December 19. Pero okay lang sa inyo, so dito ba sa inyo? Kahit kasama na itong San Fernando, halapan na ibibig ng 10.
Tapos na yun.
Balik ako sa kanya sa isa lang.
Walang ice cream. Nakalunod, hindi ako katulog.
Apo.
Tracker lang. So, parang nakaikot yung tracker.
Poposas ka na daw sa susunod.
Good morning. Has the technical working group completed the evaluation?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Proceed with your report.
The members of the joint venture, the Level Construction and General Merchandise and Jarzo Builders Incorporated, both submitted their PhilJet Certificate of Registration Platinum Membership, valid until January 9, 2019 and June 6, 2019 respectively. The joint venture passed the legal requirements.
For the technical requirements, the Vivo Construction and General Merchandise Jarso Builders Incorporated joint venture submitted a pre-cab license, joint venture, license particulars JB18956, medium B, Port Harbor and Offshore Engineering, valid until June 30, 2019. He submitted statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, together with supporting documents. Likewise, submitted a statement of Singular's completed contract similar to the contract to be bid, which was the construction and offshore installation of aids to marine navigation for the ports of Calibon, Catumbacan, Ubay, Maribojoc, and Etape, Bohol, Province, Cluster 2. In the amount of 161 million, and whose value was more than 50% of the ABC to be bid completed on November 12, 2018. He passed the experience record. Hence, the Libo Construction and General Merchandise, Jarso Builders Incorporated joint venture passed the technical requirements.
For the financial requirement of the joint venture between the Libo Construction, General Merchandise, and Jarso Builders Incorporated, both joint venture partners submitted their individual NFCC computations. JB joint venture partner, the Libo Construction, and Jarso Builders submitted their NFCC computations in the amounts of respective amounts of 1.06 billion pesos, 1.06 billion pesos, and 623.87 million pesos respectively. Both NFCCs are sufficient to cover the approved budget for the contract of 233.05 million. The joint venture passed the financial requirement.
The joint venture submitted the duly signed and authorized fee securing declaration.
For personnel requirements, the Libo Construction and General Merchandise, Jarso Builders joint venture has submitted the required original chart for the project and passed the required qualifications and experience data of the key personnel fixed for the project.
On the part of the contractor's equipment, the Libo Construction and General Merchandise, Jarso Builders Incorporated joint venture has submitted a list of contractor's equipment with corresponding number of units, capacity, and proof of ownership. After evaluation, it identifies that the Libo Construction and General Merchandise, Jarso Builders Incorporated joint venture has complied with the requirements against passing equipment requirements.
The joint venture submitted the duly signed and authorized omnibus court statement with attached joint venture resolution.
Based on the report of the members of the technical working group, the first bid envelope of the joint venture between Jarso Builders Incorporated and the Libo Construction and General Merchandise comply with all the requirements for the first bid envelope. Having said that, Mr. Chair, the technical working group recommends to rate and declare pass the first bid envelope of the joint venture between Jarso Builders Incorporated and the Libo Construction and General Merchandise.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of the technical working group that the Libo Construction joint venture with Jarso Builders pass the technical requirement on the first envelope of the project.
It has been moved and seconded that we adopt the recommendation of the technical working group. Commissioner 2. There is none. The Construction and General Merchandise, Jarso Builders Incorporated, joint venture, declared to pass the requirement of the first. Please proceed with the second step.
the packaging of the second bid envelope of the joint venture between Garza Builders Incorporated and the Level Construction and General Merchandise conforms to the requirements as prescribed in the instruction bidder share. The said second envelope contains the 7 volumes of their financial proposal. One is marked as their original copy, and the remaining 6 are all marked as their duplicate copy. All the 7 volumes are hardbound, bookbound, properly labeled with index tab. It conforms to standard requirements for bid submission, and therefore it is acceptable, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Good morning. I have before me the bid of the Level Construction and General Merchandise, Jaco Builders Inc., joint venture, for the proposed construction and offshore installation of aids to marine navigation at Port of Iloilo and Dumangas, Iloilo Province. First item, general expenses, 740,271 pesos and 17 centavos. Second item, construction, delivery, and offshore installation of aids to marine navigation system, 5,761,477 pesos and 79 centavos. Third item, supply, construct, and offshore installation of solar-powered lighted buoys, 222,231,278 pesos and 8 centavos. Fourth item, offshore commissioning, testing, and observation of aids to marine navigation, 290,824 pesos and 54 centavos. Fifth item, reimbursable items, 3,451,840 pesos, for a total amount of bids, including VAT, 232,404,691 pesos and 68 centavos.
The joint venture submitted also its bid proposal, their bid prices, their bill of quantities, detailed estimates, including their summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates and equipment rentals, which they use in coming up their bids, the cash flow by quarters, and payment schedule. On that note, Mr. Chair, the technical working group recommends to rate and declare as the second bid envelope of the joint venture between Garza Builders Incorporated and the Level Construction and General Merchandise.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of the technical working group that the Level Construction joint venture with Garza Builders, having passed the financial requirements of the second envelope of plan.
It has been moved and seconded to adopt the recommendation of the technical working group. Do we need addition thereto? There being none, the Level Construction and General Merchandise, Jaco Builders Incorporated, joint ventures hereby declared the plan requirements of the second bid. Technical working group is instructed to adopt the recommendation. Let's proceed to the next item on our agenda, the bid evaluation report. Representatives of the bidders are excused. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. With evaluation report on the extension of RC Wharf and construction of Baak area, Port of Kawit, Buwak, Marindoque. LFT MRQ number 042-2018. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published or advertised is 124,779,524 pesos and 55 centavos. The invitation to bid for the extension of RC Wharf and construction of backup area, Port of Kawit, Buwak, Marindoque was posted in the website of TPA, PhilDeps, and at a conspicuous place in TPA premises continuously for 7 calendar days. In response to the invitation to bid, 2 bidders secured the bid documents in the amount of 50,000 pesos, namely Mara Builders Incorporated and EU Jinko Construction Corporation. Mara Builders Incorporated dropped the technical and financial envelopes in the bid box before the deadline of 9 a.m. on December 6, 2018. EU Jinko Construction Corporation did not submit their technical and financial envelopes, nor submitted a letter of withdrawal from participating in the bidding before the prescribed deadline for submission thereof. The first envelope of the loan bidder was opened and checked by back members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, PICAB, PhilDeps, and etc. After due evaluation by the back and a motion duly made and properly seconded, Mara Builders Incorporated was declared passing with the requirements of the first envelope. After the first envelope was opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelope of Mara Builders Incorporated was opened. The documentary requirements were checked, and the bid prices were read by the chairman and then recorded. Mara Builders Incorporated was able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bids was undertaken. The bid offer of Mara Builders Incorporated conformed to the required items specified in bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviations were found in the bid proposal of Mara Builders Incorporated. There were no arithmetical or computational errors, as well as discrepancies between total bid prices and extended unit bid prices on the bid proposal of Mara Builders Incorporated. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act Number 9184, and based on the result of the bid evaluation, which was found to be in order, the TWG recommends to declare Mara Builders Incorporated at its calculated bid price of 124,555,007 pesos and 1 centavo as the single calculated bidder, and that was qualification be conducted on the same bidder. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, that federally declared Mara Builders Incorporated at its calculated bid price of 124,555,740 centavo, the single calculated bidder, and that was qualification be conducted.
It has been seconded with the recommendation of the technical working group as contained in their bid evaluation report on the extension of RC Wharf and construction of backup area for Kawit, Buwak, Marindoque, providing in addition thereto. There being none, Mara Builders Incorporated has calculated bid price of 124,555,007 pesos and 1 centavo is hereby declared as a single calculated bidder, and the technical working group is hereby instructed to conduct post qualification of said bid. Proceed to the next report.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning to everybody. Bid evaluation report on the extension of RC Pier and construction of backup area, with Roronoc on Peel, Port of Sultan, Naga, Dimaporo, Lanao del Norte, LFP LNI number 043-2018. And the scope of work is follows the construction of RC pier, construction of backup area, upgrading of existing rock causeway, extension of rock causeway, port lighting system. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published for advertised is 205,299,409.79 centavos. Three bidders secured the bid documents, namely Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation, WTG Construction and Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, MGB Construction and Trading. The first envelope of three bidders were opened and checked by the bank members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, pickup, field depth, and etc. After due evaluation by the bank and a motion duly made and properly seconded, WTG Construction and Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading were declared passing with the requirements of the first envelope, while Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation was declared paid for the following reasons: submitted a substitute or alternate bid form for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, whether similar or not similar in nature. Did not meet the required experience for offshore pile driving of concrete piles. Submitted an expired cargo ship safety certificate for the parts required for the project. The unopened second envelope of Mamsar Construction and Industrial Corporation was returned unopened when its representative signified no intention to file a request for consideration. After the first envelopes were opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelopes of WTG Construction Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading were opened. The documentary requirements were checked and the bid prices were read by the chairman and then recorded. WTG Construction Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading were able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, given evaluation of the bids was undertaken, the bid offer of WTG Construction Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading conformed to the required items specified in the bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviations were found in the bid proposal of WTG Construction Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading. Arithmetical or computational errors, as well as discrepancies between the total bid prices and extended unit bid prices were found on the bid proposal of WTG Construction Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture, and MGB Construction and Trading, amounting to 22 pesos and 13 centavos and 141 pesos and 88 centavos. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of Republic Act Number 9184, and based on the result of the bid evaluation, which was found to be in order, the TWD recommends to declare WTG Construction and Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture at its calculated bid price of 204,301,487 over 100 pesos as the lowest calculated bidder, and that post qualification be conducted on said bidder. And that's all, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, the Dr. Francis PWD to declare WTG Construction and Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock Joint Venture at the scheduled bid price of 204,301,487 centavos as the syndicate, as the lowest scheduled bidder, and that was going to be conducted in the said bidder.
Yes, the candidate to adopt the recommendation of the technical working group containing their bid evaluation report on the extension market year and construction of backup area with roller ramp on field for the Sultan Naga Timoporo, the Naudel.
There being none, WTG Construction and Development Corporation, Mindanao Rock, the joint venture, added calculated bid price was 204,301,400 pesos and 87 centavos. Hereby declared as the lowest calculated bidder. Technical figure, hereby instructed to conduct post qualification test. Proceed the last report.
With evaluation on the construction of Bank Area, Port of Esperanza, Masbate. LFP MSB number 041-2018. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published or advertised is 141,087,503 pesos and 73 centavos. The invitation to bid for the construction of backup area, Port of Esperanza, Masbate, was posted in the website of the PPA Pilgrims and at a conspicuous place in the PPA premises continuously for 7 calendar days. In response to the invitation to bid, 3 bidders secured the bid documents in the amount of 50,000 pesos, namely MGP Construction and Trading, EU Ginko Construction Corporation, and WPG Construction and Development Corporation. The 3 bidders dropped the technical and financial envelopes before the deadline of 9 a.m. on December 4, 2018. The first envelopes of the 3 bidders were opened and checked by the back members to determine the contractor's compliance to the required documents, among others, pickup, fuel jets, and etc. After due evaluation by the back and a motion duly made and properly seconded, MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation were declared passing with the requirements on the first envelope. EU Ginko Construction Corporation was declared failed for the following reasons. A. Submitted a substitute or altered bid form for the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, whether similar or not similar in nature. Submitted an expired cargo ship safety certificate for the tugboat required for the project. Failed to attach their authorized secretary certificate or any document which would prove that the person executing omnibus horn statement is authorized by the said corporation. The unopened second envelope of EU Ginko Construction Corporation was returned unopened when its representative signified no intention to file a request for reconsideration. After the first envelopes were opened and verified as to completeness, the second envelopes of MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation were opened. The documentary requirements were checked and the bid prices were read by the chairman and then recorded. MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation were able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bids was undertaken. The bid offer of MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation conformed to the required items specified in the bill of quantities of the bid proposal. No deviations were found in the bid proposal of MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation. Arithmetical or computational errors as well as discrepancies between total bid prices and extended unit bid prices were found in the bid proposal of MGP Construction and Trading and WTG Construction and Development Corporation amounting to 356 pesos and 87 centavos and 62 pesos and 31 centavos respectively. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 Revised IRR of Republic Act 9184, and based on the result of the bid evaluation, which was found to be in order, the TWG recommends to declare MGP Construction and Trading at its calculated bid price of 140,195,806 pesos and 36 centavos as the lowest calculated bidder, and that was qualification be conducted on the said bidder. That's all, Mr. Chair.
On page 3, item 2.2.3.3.1, should, yung unopen should be deleted, and then yung file, it should be at the final correction.
File. Noted. Pakicheck na lang. File.
Nasanay kayo sa file pilote.
Open na kasi sa
Basta third na lang. The unopened second envelope was returned. Tapos yung file na lang.
No more comments.
Mga engineers kasi. Kaya nasanay sa piloto.
Bago ako mag-mute. Alright. Thank you. Mr. Chair, after that correction of Ms. Jo. And to declare MG Construction and Trading at its calculated bid price of 140,195,806 and 36 centavos as the lowest ever bidder, and that was qualification conducted on the same day.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the correction proposed by Mr. Chair and to nonetheless adopt the recommendation of the technical working group as contained in the evaluation report at the construction of backup area, Port of Esperanza, Esperanza Masbate, when decision there. There being none, paragraph 2.2.3.3.1 is corrected, and NGB Construction and Trading has calculated the bid price of 148,195,880 pesos and 36 centavos, which hereby declared as the lowest calculated bidder, and that the technical working group is hereby instructed to conduct post qualification of said bidder. Madam Secretary, is there anything else? There being none, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Sige po.
Tama ka.